Hey guys, I'm Jade, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to chat to you about my skincare routine and in particular my natural skincare routine, which I have spent a few years trying to get right, finding different products, testing them. Just a little background on my skin type. So I have combination skin, which means sometimes in some areas it's dry and flaky, and at the same time there's some areas that are quite oily. So I kind of need to find products that are a nice balance of nourishing but not too heavy, so that everywhere on my face and skin is happy. And I've also been making an effort to really pick brands that use natural ingredients because, as we all know, natural is better for us most of the time. So I've been doing that, and also picking brands that go plastic free with their packaging where possible, because we are exposed to so much plastic these days. You know, our skincare is in it, our food is in it. It's just everywhere, so I am trying to limit the amount of plastic that I expose to myself as well. So I want to go through, I guess, from the beginning of my morning routine to the end, just to tell you what I do and what I use and why. And I guess also it might be helpful to share that a couple of years ago I really struggled with hormonal imbalances in my skin, and I had mild acne, but I was really unhappy with my skin, and it was a result of coming off hormonal birth control. So I came off the pill and went on to have the hormonal stick that goes in your arm. I can't remember what it's called right now, but my skin reacted so badly to that I had to get it taken out. And then I had to give myself some time to recover and let my hormones balance themselves back out. But my skin definitely suffered through this time and wasn't very fun. So I feel like I'm really happy with my skin at the moment, and I'm really happy with a lot of the products that I'm using. And yeah, so I thought I'm finally ready to share it, because I don't like to share things until I've really tested them out and made sure they're something I actually want to recommend. Just a little background on my skin type. So I have combination skin, which means sometimes in some areas it's dry and flaky, and at the same time there's some areas that are quite oily. So I kind of need to find products that are a nice balance of nourishing but not too heavy, so that everywhere on my face and skin is happy. And I've also been making an effort to really pick brands that use natural ingredients because, as we all know, natural is better for us most of the time. So I've been doing that, and also picking brands that go plastic free with their packaging where possible, because we are exposed to so much plastic these days. You know, our skincare is in it, our food is in it. It's just everywhere, so I am trying to limit the amount of plastic that I expose to myself as well. So I want to go through, I guess, from the beginning of my morning routine to the end, just to tell you what I do and what I use and why. And I guess also it might be helpful to share that a couple of years ago I really struggled with hormonal imbalances in my skin, and I had mild acne, but I was really unhappy with my skin, and it was a result of coming off hormonal birth control. So I came off the pill and went on to have the hormonal stick that goes in your arm. I can't remember what it's called right now, but my skin reacted so badly to that I had to get it taken out. And then I had to give myself some time to recover and let my hormones balance themselves back out. But my skin definitely suffered through this time and wasn't very fun. So I feel like I'm really happy with my skin at the moment, and I'm really happy with a lot of the products that I'm using. And yeah, so I thought I'm finally ready to share it, because I don't like to share things until I've really tested them out and made sure they're something I actually want to recommend. So I start my morning routine with a shower. I know some people prefer to shower at night and some people shower in the morning and at night. I just shower in the morning, unless I've done something during the day that requires me to shower at night time. Generally I'm okay. So the first thing I do before I get in the shower is I do a dry scrub exfoliation with my dry scrub brush, which is from the Body Shop, and it's made from sustainably sourced timber, and it's got these bristles which are quite, how do I say, I would say harsh. They're not like soft, they're quite hard, and it can feel a bit funny when you first start to do the exfoliation with this. It can feel a little bit harsh, but it's actually really good for your skin. It gets rid of any dead skin cells and also encourages circulation and drainage of your lymphatic nodes, which is really good for detoxing your body. So also some people say that it helps them with cellulite, but I haven't been using it for that reason, so I haven't really taken notice. But definitely it makes my skin so much softer. I think it's easy to assume that when we need to moisturize our body because our skin is dry, that we just put something on top, but actually we have like this layer of skin that needs to come off first, because if you moisturize on top of, you know, the dead skin that hasn't come off yet, you're not gonna really do much. So also I find this helps if I have spots on my back or my arms at certain points in my cycle, and yeah, it's something I just do every single day now, and I can't skip it because I can tell. And I think in particular it really makes my arms and legs feel a lot softer and more moisturized. I do have the skin on my shins, on my legs, tends to get super duper dry, and I don't know why, but this is something that has helped that, and something I really recommend starting your skincare routine with. So once I've done that, I jump in the shower and I use a body wash which doesn't have any SLS or parabens in it. I actually want to, once I've finished my current body wash, change over to a packaging free soap. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick something from the Lush range, because I know I really love their products and they have a really good range of packaging free body wash which isn't drying and is full of natural ingredients. So that's probably where I'm headed with that. And then I would say probably once a week, I do an exfoliation in the shower as well. So my favorite one is by a company called Frank Body, and this is what their packaging looks like. Well, actually this is their old packaging now, I think. That's how long it is lasting me. But it's basically made up of coffee grinds, and they are really good for exfoliating your skin, encouraging circulation. It's also full of really good oils and nourishing in vitamins like macadamia oil and vitamin E. And so as well as exfoliating, it's also going to be moisturizing at the same time. And again, you use this and your skin just feels so good. It does make a mess because it is coffee, but you can just wash it down the shower. And actually I need to get some more, but I also use their face scrub as my weekly face scrub. They have a special face product just for that. But I actually put some of this into one of my old glass jars from another moisturizer that I use that I will show you soon, and so that I can have it in the shower, because obviously this bag is not going to be very waterproof. So then every day in the shower I will wash my face. So the product I use is by a brand called Evolve, and they do organic natural skincare products. This one I really love. It's their Gentle Cleansing Melt, and it's actually like a balm that you put on to a dry face with dry hands, and you massage it in, and then you add a tiny bit of water and it turns into a milky cleanser and like melts everything away. So it doesn't strip heaps of moisture out like foaming cleansers can, because of the agents used to actually make them foam that can be super drying and harsh on your skin. The thing I love about this one is that it's not foaming, it's a milk, and it's really like soft, and it just feels so good when you're, you know, rubbing it into your face. I also love that the Evolve brand uses glass jars because it's not plastic, and this is the kind of jar that I actually reuse and put my body scrub in. So you can reuse them or recycle them, which is really cool. So that is pretty much my shower and everything I do there. And then when I get out of the shower, I actually, to dry, instead of like rubbing with a towel, I'll actually dab, because rubbing can dry your skin out even more. And when you dab, you kind of leave it a tiny bit moist, because then when you put your moisturizer on, as soon as you've gotten out of the shower, when your skin is a little bit moist, it actually absorbs it much more efficiently than if your skin is dry. So that's the first thing I'll do when I jump out of the shower. Dab off with a towel and do my body moisturizer, which is by a brand called Primarily Pure. I really love this brand, and I actually have a discount code for them. It's Jade10, but I will add that in the comments below for you. So Primarily Pure use organic and fair trade ingredients where they can, and their products are just full of so many nourishing ingredients, and this one I love because it is like really is like a butter, so you can kind of see it there, but basically it's kind of creamy, and then when you put it on, it just melts into, it almost feels like a bit of a body oil, but then once you've rubbed it in, it's not oily or greasy at all. Like, you don't need a lot of it, and it's really, really nourishing. One of the best body butters that I've ever tried, and I loved it so much that I've now stocked up on it. This one I'm using at the moment is citrus and mint, because it's coming into summer, it's getting a bit warmer, and I always like my scented stuff to go with the season. So in winter I was using one that was almond and vanilla, I think, and that was really nice too. So that I put on my arms, my legs, my body, and I love it. So then I move on to my face. So I already cleansed in the shower. Now I do want to show you, at nighttime I cleanse again, and instead of using a toner, I actually use this, it's called the makeup eraser, but you can get all different types of these kinds of things. Basically you just add water and you use it to wipe the makeup off your face, and it's like a toner, but you're not using a product, and you're also not using disposable cotton pads, which are very wasteful. So this I will use all week and then throw it in the washing machine at the end of the week. It dries super duper fast overnight. I just put it out with my towel, and I really loved that. It's also good because I think using a toner can sometimes be super drying on your skin if you do tend to get dry patches. So in the morning I don't need that, so I just go straight on to my other face care products. So the first thing I use is another product by Evolve, and it's their Hyaluronic Eye Complex. So the skin under your eye is actually far more sensitive and delicate than the skin on the rest of your face, and it can dry out a lot more too. So it's kind of important that you use a product that is specifically formulated for that area, and the reason I like this one is because it's like a little roll-on. So you just roll it like this, it's like a very light liquid, and then you use your fingers to really gently pat it into your skin and out. So when you do that, you're also helping to drain the fluid from under your eyes if you do get that when you sleep or on certain days. So the other reason I really like this is because it has the hyaluronic acid in it, which is one of the most moisturizing natural properties that can be included in a skincare product. So, and it's super light, it's not heavy at all, it just like melts into your skin. And then I use another Evolve product for my moisturizer. So this is their Daily Renew facial cream, and it smells amazing. I like want to eat this every time. But I find that it's super duper nourishing, but it's also not too heavy. So it is good for my dry skin and also good for the parts of my face that tend to get a bit oilier. It's got peptides, it also has hyaluronic acid and argan oil, and basically I put it all over my face and then all the way down to like here of my chest, because the skin on your chest is also super duper sensitive and delicate, and you'll probably have noticed this before, but generally if someone starts to age, you can tell a lot by this skin here, because it gets a lot of direct sun. It doesn't get a lot of love like our faces tend to. So don't forget to moisturize all the way down. If you don't want to use your expensive or, you know, more expensive face moisturizer there, then just use a cheaper one, but it's better to be putting something than to be putting nothing. So I also forgot to mention, but I do put a little tiny drop of jojoba oil into my moisturizer. Jojoba oil mimics or has a very, very similar structure to the sebum in our skin. So by applying this to our skin, it can help with breakouts and acne, because our skin is getting what it thinks is the sebum that it needs, and so it isn't going to produce as much. And when it overproduces, that's when we get clogged pores and pimples. So as well as being nourishing and really good for your skin, it's also going to help fight pimples and spots. So I just put like the tiniest little pinhead drop into my moisturizer, and then I mix it up in my hand, and then I apply it. And then, so I still have some parts of on my face and on my body that are extra dry, and so what I've started using on those is the Weleda Skin Food, which is like a cult product, and has been for almost 100 years, which is crazy, I didn't realize. But it's super duper natural, it's organic, it's like a very thick kind of balm, kind of see, so it doesn't rub in super easily, so you don't need a lot of it, and you wouldn't put it all over your face or all over your body or anything, but rather on the areas that really need some extra moisturizing. Also, I used it when I went skiing to protect my face during the day, but basically I will use like a little bit here, on the end of my nose and under my lips there, because that's where I get really dry skin. Also put it onto my knees and my elbows and my shins, because that's the parts of my body that get super dry as well. And I really love how it works. It does melt into your skin, even though it can be a little bit tricky to rub in, but it's super nourishing and protective, and you can really feel that. And then a step that a lot of us don't do, and I didn't do for many years, which I really should have been doing, is sunscreen. So we should be wearing sunscreen every single day, no matter what. Most of us will see the day of light, the light of day every single day, whether it's during your commute to work, or if you work near a window, or if you work outside, of course you're going to be getting sunlight. Even flying on an airplane during the day, there's an incredible amount of UV rays that are inside the airplane. So I have recently switched over to a mineral-based sunscreen. So there are two types of sunscreen. There's mineral and chemical. The chemical type soaks into your skin and has a chemical reaction underneath your skin, which helps protect it from the sun, whereas the mineral kind is made up of natural ingredients, zinc oxide being one of the main ones, and it actually sits on top of your skin and forms a barrier. So it's more natural. I find that it's less greasy, and I just feel better about using something that's a natural product versus a chemical product. So I use this brand called Salt and Stone. I really like it. It smells like coconuts and makes me feel like I'm going on holiday every day. But it's also super easy to rub in, and it doesn't leave a greasy, shiny finish or anything. It's quite matte. The only thing is when I apply on days that I wear makeup and I put my mineral powder on, it can leave like a little bit of residue on my makeup brushes. That's okay because I wash them anyway every couple of weeks. Well, I'm supposed to wash them every couple of weeks, so it doesn't matter, and I still really love it. Then sometimes, especially in winter, I will actually use self-tanning products on my face because it gets super white and it just doesn't feel like me. Even though I'm quite light, I don't like to be much lighter than this. So a product that, or a brand that I came across recently is called Isle of Paradise, and they use organic ingredients. It's vegan, and it's one of the most natural self-tanning formulations that I've been able to find. And the reason I really like this particular product, which is their self-tanning drops, so it's got like a little dropper, is that you can use it on your face or on your body, and basically you just put a couple of drops into the moisturizer that you already use. So you know what's going on your skin and you know that it's going to work well for you. And it's super versatile. You don't need to have a body product and a face product, and it's also nice and small. I've used it a couple of times. I have found that it is a little bit drying on my face, but it has a really lovely natural tan. It doesn't look orange at all, and I was overall really happy with how they worked. And then two more products that I just want to quickly mention are by the Primarily Pure brand again, which I have a discount code for, which I will put below, but it is Jade10. And I love their lip balm. I have the peppermint one at the moment, and it is super nourishing. The peppermint is so fresh, and it's actually peppermint oil, essential oil. So all the ingredients are organic, fair trade, and it's just, I just love it. And I'm a lip balm fanatic. I usually have about 3 or 4 on the go at once. This one I haven't been able to put down, or like I haven't swapped out for any of my other ones. So actually even Jason steals it. And then they also have this everything spray, which is like a heel and tone type spray, which you can use for on your face under your moisturizer, as just like if you have a few spots or anything that needs clearing up. It's really antibacterial. It has tea tree oil in it. It's really good for that. It's also good for ingrown hairs, and I even spray it under my armpits before I put my natural deodorant on, which is something I want to talk more to you about in a different video. But yeah, I want to talk about my journey switching from conventional deodorant to natural deodorant and how that all went and what my favorite brand is. So yes, that's a really like versatile product that I will use when I need to, underneath other things. Okay, so I don't think I forgot anything, and I hope that was really helpful. As always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, please ask them down below. I love to keep chatting about these things with you guys, and until next week, bye guys.